When I started my own brand and my own business a few years ago, I got really interested in the business side of fashion and sort of like the finance side. And a few months ago, Nasty Gal filed for bankruptcy, and that kind of caught my attention. And I've heard of fashion brands going bankrupt before. It happens kind of often. But when Nasty Gal went bankrupt in November, kind of during the election, it kind of just made me want to look more into it and just be a little bit curious about why this happens. And it made me think, is outside investment always a good thing? Because I know that they've gotten some huge investment from some really big companies in the past few years, and I wonder if that's sort of the start of the downfall is getting investment. Um, so I sort of started thinking more about it, and I feel like once a company has gotten investment, I mean, they make it look like a really good thing. It's in the news, this company acquired $40 million from this company, and and they talk about their sort of like forecasted growth and that this is supposed to be skyrocketing and that's why we need this money and it's all a really good thing. But is it really? I think there's things that are happening behind the scenes that they're not really talking about. And once a company has investment, it's under a lot of pressure to make a ton of money really fast. And I wonder if this can cause a lot of instability and a lot of risk. There can be this snowballing effect of, okay, we need money because of this huge forecasted growth, we need a ton of money. But then when you get that ton of money from an investor, that investor has really high expectations to make money quickly. So maybe then you need more money to fulfill the expectations of the investors. So then you get more money. But then those new investors also have high expectations. So then you need more money to fulfill those. And it can kind of be this really unstable snowballing effect. I think also there's conflicting goals between the investors and the business owners sometimes, not always. But if you have conflicting goals, that's going to be a really big problem. And it doesn't look good for the future. You have to make sure your goals are in sync with your investor. And so investors, they're looking for really huge profit really quickly. And then they want to exit the company and move on to the next company that they're going to invest in because they don't really necessarily have a passion for apparel or fashion. Their passion is making money quickly. And investors, they often want, for example, maybe 10 times their initial investment within 5 years. And if you think about it, that's insane growth. That's huge growth. And it's short term. So mentally, investors, they're looking for short term growth, right? But business owners sometimes can have different goals, especially small business owners. Business owners that sort of like start on their own and are independent, they maybe want more modest goals, which are just a profitable business, a stable business, um, a self-sustaining business that they can just live off of and they can provide for their family with. And all of these things sort of fit more into like the stable long-term investment. So I think that this is something to watch for if a company or if a business owner does get investment. It's a tricky road, and making sure that the investor and the business owner have the same goal is really part of making that partnership work.